Welcome back, trainers. So in this video, we're going to be going over my most recent shinies and just kind of talking about random things in general here. So if you are not interested in PvP, I highly recommend that you start looking into it a little bit more, seeing that we're going to be getting these ranks in Pokemon Go. Who knows when it's going to be coming, but we will be getting those, and I feel like PvP is going to become more prevalent and people are going to actually want to participate and battle more because we're going to actually have some sort of ranking system. Now, I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but it seems like we're going to actually have seasons as well. So yeah, I know I said I was going to be done with PvP, but this is what I have been waiting for since day one, guys. I mean, I have literally been powering up lower tier Pokemon before they even announced the different leagues like Great League, Ultra League, and Master. I already knew we're going to have different leagues, and people were talking about, well, why is this Pokemon CP so low? It's garbage. It's never going to be useful in Pokemon Go. Why did they do this to it? Well, it's not so much that they did it to that specific Pokemon by giving it lower CP. It's because of the stats, just the way it converts over into CP. Simple as that. But I knew one day that they would be pulling up and actually being useful. What I'm trying to get at here is I'm not going to stop, can't stop, won't stop, okay? And I probably urge you to get into it. We're going to be getting those ranks and things are going to get quite exciting in the future. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at my shinies. As you can see here, I did find the Carvana, not Carnivine, I know. Long days, guys, make me just zone out and call different Pokemon different names that are similar because I'm just continuously grinding non-stop, no time to rest. So yeah, forgive me for calling it that. Did catch this one, very nice. And if you're wondering how are the IVs, well, there you go. I mean, it could be worse, but it's definitely not what I want to see for PvP. I want to see the opposite. I want to see that attack 3 and switch with the HP there, but that's what it is. And it of course it's a level 1 shiny Barbroach that I found. And Go Plus actually both of these, this one and this one here. So I'm happy, caught them both yesterday. Let's go ahead and look at the dates. So 8/25, thank you, water event. So I did catch this shiny Mareep at our regional tournament. Somebody put up a magnetic lure, and guess what? The Go Plus is just working magic and wonders. This is actually going to be my Dex entry. I just caught it the other day. Yes, I hadn't evolved any. I do have 468 candy, so it's not like I couldn't have. But, you know, some of these Pokemon I'm just not really too concerned about. So I have been trading Krabbies here with Scarlet, and it's funny because they keep going lucky. I mean, we did trade a good amount, but these were like our first few trades. I'm not too sure what is going on there, but of course, check this out. Look at this. So the IVs on this one, we're looking at 14, 12, 12, right? Then if we go over to this other one, 14, 12, 12. Why? Because I do want to max out a couple of them. Are they both female as well? Okay, one's male, one's female. Okay, but it's going to be a bit of Stardust investment, seeing that I just powered up a few Pokemon for the Kingdom Cup. And if you're on my friends list and you, this is not like to discriminate, but if you do not live in Anchorage, I don't really battle people locally too much. There's a handful of people that I would trust to battle that won't really use my tactics to their advantage. I mean, if they do, that's fine, but I completely trust them. But for the most part, I want to battle people out of state. So when I do go to a tournament, the people at the tournament are not going to really know what to expect from me. So yeah, take note of that. All right, a little intermission here, folks, because I want to go over the current Water Festival eggs, the Pokemon that you can expect to see coming out of 2 kilometers, 5, 7, and 10s. So for the 2 kilometer eggs here, and take note that the little sparkles on the side indicate that it can possibly be shiny when you do hatch those. So if you're looking for a specific egg, it's not like you can pull a 2 kilometer intentionally, like, yeah, I'm gonna spin this stop and get a 2 kilometer, but just noteworthy information here. This is actually going to be made by Leak Duck, and I will have a link in the description so you can go ahead and check them out yourself and download these images so you can have them on hand whenever you want to use them. So taking a look at the 2 kilometers here, which ones am I trying to specifically get shiny? Seeing that I always get the shiny Clefas, not too interested in that, although another one would be great, obviously. I definitely do not want to hatch a Makihita, Aeron, Swinub, let's see, Trico, Torchic, and I'm talking about shiny forms, Mudkip. Let's see, which ones do I actually really want though? Machop, I would enjoy that quite a bit. I wouldn't mind a Ghastly for sure. Let's see. Possibly a Igglybuff. I mean, I do have a Jigglypuff, or should I say Wigglytuff, that is in the Great League with a secondary move purchased. Shiny, I do enjoy that. I actually got that through a trade, but I wouldn't mind another one there. Would definitely enjoy a Swablu, because I personally have not actually caught one in the wild or hatched one. I do have 2 shiny Alterias, which did come through a trade for both of those. Hatching a shiny Barbroach would be fantastic. I wouldn't mind that, seeing that I did catch the level 1 shiny, which I know a lot of people would quite enjoy, but personally for me, I was looking for a little bit of a higher CP and possibly a little bit better IVs, because I wanted to use it in the Great League, because I still do not have a Wish Cache for the Great League, believe it or not. I don't know why I have never powered it up. It is a fantastic Pokemon for the Great League. I just personally have never, tried to make one. I do have, I think it's because of the IVs, I've been trying to find the best one as possible. And there's been other kind of substitutes in between. Anyways, there you have the 2-kilometer eggs. And moving on to the 5-kilometer eggs, quite a much bigger pool of Pokemon to be hatched, that is for sure. Now, something I would definitely like to see coming out of those is going to be Growlithe. I still have not found a shiny one of those. I would just love one, seeing that I do like Arcanine quite a bit. A Carvanha shiny hatch would be pretty amazing. I know all of you are probably thinking, well, yeah, all of you and everybody else, that's for sure. Still have not found a Snorunt shiny. I went to Go Fest, and I live in Alaska, where they do spawn quite a bit during the winter time, and its shiny variants was out, and I've still not have found one of those shinies. So that would be kind of nice, as well as a female with the CP good enough to be in the Great League, because Frostlass is actually pretty darn decent. Can charge up those moves really quick with those quick moves there. Anything else specific? Well, yeah, there's quite a bit here. A Sneasel, actually, now that I think of it, would be probably the number 1 on my list of shinies I would like to hatch. And then moving on to the 7 and 10-kilometer eggs here. The 7 are going to be opening up from your friends' gifts, of course. And then you have the 10 kilometers, which will be coming from those Pokestops and Gym Stops, of course. So Riolu, if you did not know, if you're trying to do your Kingdom Cup, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I evolved it, but the CP is still too high. Well, what you're going to have to do is actually trade with somebody. I recommend trading with somebody of a lower friendship level, so the IVs can tank. And then make sure you check it to see what the CP is actually going to be before you evolve it into Lucario, to see if it will be in that Great League limit, as well as purchasing that secondary move on Riolu before you actually evolve it, because it's going to be costing you a significantly more once you do evolve it. And as a baby form like this, it's going to be fairly cheap, so take note of that. That's not going to be for every Pokemon. A select few will actually do that, but for the most part, a lot of them will cost the same amount even as a baby, and then when you do evolve it. So just a little bit of tips there, and there you have the egg pool. All right, trainers, so we're going to actually evolve a few shiny Pokemon, but before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the style shop. I do have the newest update. There's an even newer one, and there's actually a new little feature in which when you search Pokemon, we'll take a look at that as well. So we do have these kind of like samurai pajamas. It looks a little funny. I'm not a fan of flames on, cars or clothes, usually paired up with skulls. It just looks silly to me, to be honest with you. It's just my personal preference. If you like those kind of designs, decals, then hey, forgive me. Then we have the Mystic one here, which I actually like the design at the bottom. Really do. The color, wish it was actually red, but you know. Now, you know what they should have added? Let me show you here. If we go to hats, they didn't add this, unfortunately, but a kind of Ryu headband. That is something I could totally purchase. I mean, that would be amazing. Something else that we need, Niantic, if you're watching, I don't think you are, but hey, if you are, maybe a little suggestion here. I know a lot of people are asking for this, but that's going to be, let's see, hairstyles. Can we please get some new hairstyles? The colors are great. We have a nice variety of them, but personally, I would love to see new hair, because, the anime hair looks decent, right? But not all of us, have hair like that, and it would be cool to just kind of mirror ourselves. For me personally, would be like short faded hair, and for whatever other hairstyle that you guys have too. Purchasing them, I don't think that should be necessary, honestly. Another glitch too would that should be fixed, which would be quite nice, is take a look at this. So if I go to these boots here, there's so many different clothes options that I would purchase, but their mashups with other items just don't look good like that. Like, I don't want to walk around like that. Still haven't unlocked these. I need to start playing Master League and PvP more. And yeah, so you get it. I don't need to run through all the different clothes errors, and you know, those ones look actually pretty nice there, but you understand what I'm saying. Some of the clothes just don't pair well with each other. So anyways, yeah, you have a few of those. And then there's also sandals, so take note of that. If you're interested, the sandals are going to be 50 cents. So let's go ahead and go to Pokemon and talk about that search, and then we'll evolve a few Pokemon here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Mewtwo here, and as you can see, it pulls up all my Mewtwo's, and it says I have 24. So that's the new feature that I'm getting out of this. And then if we go to Gengar, I have 19 of those. So whatever thing you pull up, or whatever icon symbol, like this one here, we've got 4 of those, you will be seeing that. All right, now let's go ahead and search shinies here, and we'll get a count. So 358 shinies. Now that's pretty cool. This feature is amazing. I really enjoy that. So I do have 2 Ekans, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little comparison. Let's go ahead and go by number here, so we can get a good understanding. 2 Rattatas that are actually shiny, Alolans. Let's see if any of them have PvP IVs. Nope, and nope. Which one would I want to go with if I did evolve for PvP? Probably this one here, but I'm gonna hold off on that. So we do have 2 of these. All right. And honestly, I think I should probably go with this one here. So let's go ahead and evolve this into Arbok, folks, our shiny Ekans. All right, so I did go plus this one. I think I go plus both of them. It might go plus is just shiny magic. It's insane. In the past 2 days, it caught 3 shinies. And look at that shiny Arbok. Fantastic. Let's go. And when can we see Giovanni coming into Pokemon Go, folks? Are you excited for that? And I have a little theory here. Actually, I'm going to be talking about it in my next video because I don't want to spoil it. So look out for that. All right, so that's looking great right there for the Great League. And I'm not going to power it up because I actually already have another Arbok. But I would invest in a secondary move for this one. It's going to be 50,000 Stardust. But that Stardust event put me on the map, guys. I mean, I didn't grind as hard as I should have because it was an extremely busy time for me, seeing that the whole DC thing was going on and all these updates, and I had a few other things in between, and I was just swamped with stuff. So I was not able to grind the full duration of the actual Stardust event, unfortunately, but I was still able to get quite a few. I'm sitting well past 6 million. I was actually almost to 7 million, but I did power up quite a few Pokemon for my Kingdom Cup simply to test them out. Yes, I can go over to the, simulator sites and see how well they perform, which I do as well. But I actually like to get into the battle, get my hands dirty with them, and see what they can actually really do personally in battle and different kind of strategies myself, right? So we're going to go ahead and evolve this into a Politoed. Shall we do Politoed, folks? Yeah, let's go ahead. I said we're going to evolve a few shinies, and here we go. I know I could probably evolve a whole lot more, but I don't know how interested you guys are in that. If you like shiny evolutions, let me know in the comments below. But I wanted to just bring you a bit of news and then a few shiny evolutions here. So there it goes. No turning back now. Poliwhirl. There we are. Now we're going to go ahead and go into Politoed. That's going to take a King's Rock there. So let's go ahead and look at the IVs again on this one. I mean, it does have 0 attack. I mean, the defense and HP obviously could be higher and be performing better for PvP, but hey, at least the attack is low, so we can get to the highest level potential as possible here. So are you ready for the Cotton Candy one? Let's go. Cotton Candy Frog. Pretty exciting. So guys, are you anxious for the new EX raid boss? It's going to be pretty exciting to see what we do get. And what do we get out of this one? There we go. Love that. Been waiting to do this for quite some time, and there we go. Gonna have to power it up quite a bit to get the correct moveset. Bubble. Is that what you want to go with? Well, let me show you. Mudshot. I mean, Bubble is great. It does have decent energy gain for your charge moves, but Mudshot is just going to be charging it a whole lot quicker and help you out there. But it's very situational and depending on that typing matchup, right? And then if we move down here, let's just go ahead and take a look. See, the way I like to evolve my shinies is I kind of first want to get 2 of them so that I can keep one basic form and then evolve it into the next stage so I can have, you know, both of them there. But that's not the case for a lot of these Pokemon like the Kingler here, which if you did not know by now, is going to be the best water type attacker, even outperforming Kyogre. But as far as TDO, it's not going to be able to survive that long. But think Gengar. Gengar is amazing with its legacy moves, correct? Shadow Claw, Lick, and Shadow Ball. You'll be doing some massive damage against whatever is weak to ghost types. And if you had a full team of them, you would just do great amount of work. Granted, if that, you know, whatever raid boss did have a super effective move to you, you'll be dropping quite significantly fast, considering Confusion will tear into Gengar. But for the most part, they put in work. Same thing for Kingler here. It is going to be dropping fast, but if you did have a full team of them, you will be able to put on massive water damage. At the end of the day, do you want to invest in a full team of Kinglers? I don't think so. I don't think so. If you have, you know, tons of Stardust, you live in a big city, you're able to grind all the time, wherever you work, you have a few Pokestops and a bunch of spawns, and your Go Plus is just continuously catching and getting Stardust for you all day, and then you're grinding and you have a great grind spot, then, you know, you may want to invest in 2-3 of those. It would be pretty nice. Just a little flex there on your Kingler, massive DPS damage, and then just go in with Kyogres behind it, or possibly even Swamperts. But yeah, that's a little bit longer than I wanted to talk about it. But Kingler is fantastic. Actually, you know, it needs that attention because, I mean, it's the best water type attacker in the game now. A whole bunch of those Cubones, which I don't really need to evolve it. My shiny Mirror Walk here. I'm really happy about this. Can't believe I found this in a raid. Duoed it with Scarlet, and I wasn't expecting to get a shiny at all. It wasn't even in my mind. That was the same situation with my Alolan Raichu. I just kind of wanted to do it as a challenge or something with the Groudons for the Alolan Raichu, and then a shiny popped up and I freaked out because I forgot all about it. Same with this one here. So pretty nice. And then I do have those Horsies as well as the Lucky. I do have a Kingdra already, so I don't need to evolve those. A whole bunch of shiny Magikarp, which I continuously get. Those Lapras from the raid day. And the Kabuto from DC, which I Go Plus. Go Plus is on fire. And yeah, just the rest here. So a lot of Community Day Pokemon that I did get rid of. I did have a lot more before, but I just see no use to hold on to them. And I get it, guys. People are telling me, well, wait till Pokemon Home comes out, which is going to be a kind of hub for you to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go and all the other Pokemon main series games into. But the thing is, okay, sure, I'll start collecting my shinies from now on and keep that in mind. Definitely. Maybe shouldn't have transferred all those Community Day shinies that I did, but from moving here forward, I will take your advice and I'll hold on to them and transfer them into Home in the future. Don't know if there's going to probably be a fee associated with it, you know, kind of like the older system that they did have. But I guess if they did, it's still supposed to, I guess it'll be worth it. So the Umbreon that failed, man, thank you, Nixie. Much appreciated that trade. I actually gave her one of my Umbreons as well. So it was kind of an even trade, although it was going to be much higher than the Great League. This one had the potential to drop, but unfortunately, I think the attack just, yeah, maxed out. See, if that attack went down a little bit more, then it would have been in the Great League, and I would have had some gold right here, but it just did not work out. That's okay. We'll keep on moving. So the Community Day at the end of the year for December, we could see the possibility of this year's Community Day Pokemon returning. So you'll be able to get those if you did miss out or if you're a new trainer. And not a lot of other people, but a few others are recommending that maybe, you know, even the year before, you know, with the Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise Community Days are actually going to be included. Eevee, Metagross, because those are all fantastic, really good, and I would just love to make another Venusaur with even better PvP IVs, although mine has served me quite well. I love my shiny Venusaur Frenzy Plant, so we'll just have to wait and see what is in store for us. Then I do have that magnificent Lugia in the Great League. I'll just show you the attacks. We have Dragon Tail, Hydro Pump, and Sky Attack. Now, the reason why I have Hydro Pump and not Future Sight is because if I get stuck against something that's like Steel or Rock types, which my Dragon Tail and Sky Attack are not going to be doing any damage whatsoever, I could possibly hit them with the Surprise Hydro Pump. But I don't really use that too often because there is a few other better choices to use. It's more of a flex, and I really would love to use it, but it's just, it doesn't find too much usability for me a lot of the times. And then we have all the Community Day Pokemon here. I think that's all the evolutions we're going to do for now. Let's go ahead and see what we have. I think that's about it, folks. Yep. So the Meditite, I did find another 100, not shiny. I wish I found a Shundo of Meditite. That would be crazy. Let's go ahead and look at these IVs as a matter of fact. So if you do have a Meditite and you want to make a Medicham, because you've heard all about how good it is in PvP, what are the IVs you're going to want? Well, you're going to want a 100. Obviously, if you just can't get one of those because it's not going to like pop out of nowhere, here's 100, then what do you want to go with? You know, anything closest to 100 and the highest you can get in attack. Otherwise, you probably want to wait until you can just get the best as you can possibly get, right? And that's pretty much it. I do have a 100 Medicham powered up long time ago for PvP, and I used it to go up against gyms because I like to give myself a challenge, and come to find out, hey, it's now viable for PvP, one of the best. Then we do have the Carvana. Dude, I kind of want to evolve this. Should I do it for you guys? I'll do it for you guys. Let's evolve the Carvana. We still have a few days of the water event. Hopefully I can find another one and just keep that. So okay, I guess. All right, for you guys. We'll finish off this video here. So here we go. No going back now. Can't stop, won't stop. So with that said, trainers, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Oh my goodness, that thing looks awesome. Yeah, Sharpedo's pretty good as well. I mean, it's super weak. I mean, it could put on damage. So if you do like a quick switch and you did have bite and say they were weak to dark, you will absolutely rip them apart. Even if they're good at switching, you'll still do a great amount of damage to that Pokemon before they can switch. So Sharpedo is pretty neat. Anyways, thank you for watching, trainers. And like I said earlier, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And I will be catching you all next time. Take care.